Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, celebrating expression, fostering talent, and connecting the community to Columbus artists, performances, exhibitions, concerts, public art, and more at columbusmakesart.com. From these contributing sponsors and viewers like you, thank you.
This time on Broad and High, we meet a portrait artist who uses a classical approach to get beyond social media type poses and find a subject's true essence. Travel to Red Stewart Airfield in Waynesville, Ohio, where artists come in the form of pilots who use the sky as their canvas. Meet a photographer who creates haunting images. And hear some amazing music from Dan, Joe, Mary, and Wyatt, who make up the band Mezclado. This and more right now on Broad and High. Welcome to Broad and High. I'm your host, Kate Quickle. Atelier is a French word that translates literally to studio or workshop. Atelier schools can be found around the world, particularly in North America and Western Europe. Most painting ateliers train students in the skills and techniques associated with creating some form of representational art. Portrait artist Miriam Baranoff studied in this way, much like the old masters. She shared with us how she chooses the best angle that tells the best story in her timeless creations.
I just love looking at people, and I love looking at portraits and just different stories, and just creating something timeless that will be there forever. Because when I create a portrait, I'm always thinking of longevity and how it will last many years. It's just so beautiful and connecting to look at other people and comforting. And as you look into their eyes, you're always wondering like what they're thinking, what their story. So I'm trying to create an illusion of painting from life. It goes back to how we visually see. You focally look at me, the first thing that you're gonna look at is my eyes. That's kind of what I'm trying to create, like a conversation, my painting, where I'm looking into your eyes, and eyes are, to me, like the most, the most telling of the person. And that's just visually how our eyes work. And so literally I'm painting what I see. I always myself think of how do I best describe what I do. Figurative realism, when I think about it, to me it's a classical approach to rendering the human figure. I'm also a math major, so I graduated Ohio State as an actuary, but really how math factors into, for me, like classical realism is that there's a true craftsmanship approach and stages. So like the way I paint, it's very engineered and thoughtful, just in a way that you would approach like math per se. I've been working with models for many years now. There's two avenues. One is I have a client coming in for a commission. I try and get them to sit for me first so I can learn more about them. So they're inexperienced about posing. I love to have like the Rembrandt lighting where there's a nice balance of shadows and light on the face, because it gives you that beautiful 3D feel in the painting. And then they'll sit on a chair for me, and maybe we'll talk about life or how their day is or whatnot for a little bit. As we're talking, I'm really tracking their pose and just seeing which angle will tell the best story for that specific commission, because I have commissions that are like a governor position. You want like a power pose, or maybe a child and you just want something cute and innocent and precious, and that's the one, And the second one is a model comes in. So you guys met Isa today. That's the model that I'm working with for the long pose right now. So when she comes in, first I need to decide how long is the pose gonna be. And if it's a long pose of 50 hours, then it needs to be something that they can hold for those 50 hours. It goes back to what the model can hold. When you're looking at a painting in the museum, there's something so very different than looking at a painting that was done from a photo. And essentially that is because back in the day they would sit with a model for 20 hours, 50 hours and, just have these conversations and paint them as they go. And the model would come in one day, maybe happy or sad, and you can always see these feelings, A person never looks the same the next second, and you can kind of like choose which element you want to put in the painting that represents them best and which one you want to leave out. So working with a live model takes out the element of you being in front of a person, having a camera on top of them, because as soon as there's a camera that comes out, people are not them in the beginning. They play as if they want to be someone, especially now with all the hype social media, and it just makes it very difficult to capture someone with a very a true essence of who they are if you're not working with them from life. I actually just started teaching for the past 2 years. Passing down this methodology is truly my dream. I think as I've moved here, what goes the best is paint and sip. I do have quite a few private students that I teach, so I do one-on-ones, and that's great. And I just now got my studio, and so I've been able to teach a few workshops. But my future goal is to just continue with the tradition and sharing it in Columbus, Ohio. When I was maybe a teenager or in high school, I always had the love for art, but I didn't have that guidance. And when I completed my education in high school, I still had the dream of becoming an artist. But I went to all these art schools and I saw their methodology, but I couldn't specifically find a program where they teach you methodology on how to paint classical portraits. It's just not very common. And so Atelier program, which is part of what I was, is actually a new wave coming back. And I just would love to give back to people who I know really, really want to paint classical portraits. Honestly, a lot of times there is not passion on a day-to-day basis. There is just very hard work with a big goal in mind at the end of the day. And a lot of time when I'm working on my pieces, I hate them, or I don't want anyone to see them, or I think to myself, why am I doing this? But you lock yourself in the studio from morning to night, you're by yourself there, and it's just kind of your head goes into many spaces. But once you're completed the piece and hopefully you decide to put it out there and other people resonate with your piece and they say, yeah, I totally feel your story, I totally feel the energy, the vibes, the mood of it. It reminds me of someone special. So I think these little elements are inspirational and beautiful to me. What I'm trying to show with my work and encourage is, capture those beautiful, timeless moments that, nothing is ever forever. And this moment that I'm sharing with you guys, that I'm sharing right now, it's just this instance, and we'll never be back here again. And just cherish life. Life is so precious and it goes by so fast. And if there's anything that you can take away is, I know we all have our commitments in life and hardships that we face, but you better live each day, being thankful for what you have. And if you're not, figure out a way to enjoy life. For me, I always wanted to be an artist, and I couldn't afford or be able to do that from the get-go, but I had the goal to achieve it. And for now, here I am doing it and loving every second of it. And that's just kind of what I encourage everyone else, is to pursue their creativity with, the opportunities that they have.
Check out more of her amazing work at MiriamBaranov.com. Have you ever considered that artwork could be made in the sky? If you take a look up while traveling along State Route 42 between Columbus and Cincinnati, you just might see the art of aerobatic flying. Next, we travel to Red Stewart Airfield in Waynesville, Ohio, where artists come in the form of pilots and their canvas is the sky.
One of the great things about flying, when you're up there, climbing, descending, loops, rolls, it's fun. You can just do what you think you want to do. And like other mediums, it has certain things that it does well and it has certain limitations. You know, managing the airplane's energy to do what you want it to do is a fun challenge. And every day is a little bit different. My name's Emerson Stewart, and I'm a flight instructor at the Red Stewart Airfield. I grew up right here. I went for my first airplane ride when I was 4 days old. I started flying a glider when I was 13. Soloed when I was 14. Soloed an airplane and got my glider rating when I was 16. And I've been flying ever since. My grandpa Red was the fellow that started the airport back in 1946. It was a pretty simple little place for a while. The thing that makes the airport unique is that we're still doing the same thing we've always done with the same equipment we've always done it with. We started off with little light airplanes in the 40s, and we're still using the same sorts of little light airplanes. Part of what makes the place special is the people that work here are excited to make the place go and want to be here helping to make the place continue.
Red Stewart Airfield is awesome. It's uncomplicated. It's in the middle of a cornfield, and years ago they decided to put a little grass strip of runway in there. You show up, you make sure the airplane's ready to go, you jump in, turn the key, and you're flying in next to no time.
I guess the obvious thing is it's a grass strip. It's very low-tech. It's old-fashioned airplanes. Most of the airplanes out here don't even have an electrical system. You got to hand start them. It's pure flying. My name is Brett Hunter. I run a little flight department over in Springboro, Ohio. And on the side, I do some aerobatics, including air shows.
Everyone shares one thing in common, their enthusiasm and passion for flight. And when they arrive here, all the formalities disappear. You don't have a battle of egos or anything like that weighing the atmosphere down. It's fantastic. Hello, I'm Robert Tico Lacerda. I started flying aerobatics back around 1990 or so. First time I'd been in a small airplane, it was also the first time I did aerobatics. We did loops and rolls and loved it from the very get-go.
Saturday evening of Labor Day weekend, we have an annual air show. It's good to get people out, give them a little entertainment, and show them what little airplanes can do.
It's a unique air show in that it's a very up-close and personal air show. Accessibility for the performers to the fans and vice versa, I think, is unmatched.
Well, you want to start with something that grabs their attention, something loud and maybe dramatic. You want to finish with something that grabs their attention that they remember you with. Somewhere in the middle, try not to repeat anything.
Part of the fun with planning it is you figure out what your airplane does well, what it looks nice doing, and you figure out how those pieces can fit together.
Then during the season, yeah, you'll work on the sequence And if you're going to add anything new, create something new, you want to practice that individual part way up high, find out where the problems are, where the gotchas are, start bringing it down low where the altitude makes a big difference.
So transitioning into, say, a dive, I'm not thinking of it as, you know, oh, we're diving now, it's exciting. I'm thinking of it more, okay, I have altitude, and I'm gonna trade it into airspeed. At the bottom of that dive, you pull back, and so now you're converting back to altitude.
Positive G's can feel like an elephant sitting on you. Just to lift your arm is an effort. And negative G's feels like all the blood's rushing to your head, so you actually want to try to relax. When you're getting started for the year, coming off a cold couple winters, you know, you need to get G tolerance. You need to make sure that you're in tune with the airplane.
What this particular aircraft does very well is a knife edge pass, which is basically you're tilting the airplane up on its side and going along the ground in a knife edge.
Well, airplanes are convenient and make it nice to go point A to B, straight line, and a little faster than your car, but it's a lot more fun to go see what an airplane can really do, see what you can do. Upside down, I don't know, you can't do that in a car and get away with it more than once, right? It's a bit of like a roller coaster, but you get to design it, and it's smooth.
They're going to do it. Opposing flip rolls. Oh boy, here we go. Watch. Right come out.
It's fun showing off for the crowd. We're careful about the way we do things, but yeah, if it makes people smile and entertains them, absolutely, yes, it's satisfying.
I would describe aerobatic flying as being an art. I mean, it's a lot of science, right? But it doesn't feel like that at the time. It feels like I'm up here drawing shapes in the sky.
It's an affliction, if not an addiction, the airplane thing, for sure. I wish it were as reasonably priced as gardening, but yeah, no, it gets in your blood and you can't get it out. It's a constant itch.
I like to do aerobatics. Aerobatics are fun, they're thrilling, but I like to just go fly around. Sometimes I'll just go fly around low and see the sights. I don't know, I'll go out by the lake and it's kind of fun. Sometimes you can find an eagle or something.
To learn more, visit stewartsaircraft.net. With 40 years in the lower Keys and Key West, Florida photographer and printer Carol Munder is exacting in her work. She uses a painstaking printing process that dates back to the late 1800s called photogravure to achieve her haunting images.
My name's Carol Munder. I'm a photographer, and I use the process photogravure. It's a 19th century process where I take an image that I've photographed, and through a process it's transferred to a copper plate. The copper plate is etched, and then you print on a gravure press to get the final image. It's a long process. It takes many days. There's different stages of the process that have to be done days ahead of time. Things have to cure. I work with raw chemistry, so that's mixed together. So normally I soak it, you know, like 24 hours ahead of time, because the water, I don't know, slowly goes into the paper and it's absorbed, and I can kind of pull it out and almost put it on the press right away. It's a slow process, and I love it because it keeps me out of trouble. The softness comes through a camera that I use. I photograph with a Diana camera, and it was originally manufactured in the 70s as a toy. You could buy it for $3.95 at the dime store. It was sort of like the images were soft-edged, and it was something that spoke to me. My father was a commercial lithographer, so that whole printing world maybe it runs in my blood or something, I'm not sure. But I had in my library of books a chapter in a book on photogravure. And happenstance, I had even highlighted part of the process in there years and years ago. So if you're going to do it, you have to be dedicated. And I taught myself, and I made every mistake in the book and then some. So for some reason, the first time you sort of ink a plate, it needs a second time around to really start grabbing the ink properly. I don't know why that is. Today, you can go online, you can watch videos, you can do workshops. It was pretty limited back then on what was available. And I had out-of-print books that I taught myself, and you're much better off taking workshops if you can, because there's a lot of things they don't talk about. Humidity is a real important factor for it, and they sort of didn't mention that in the books. You know? I used to photograph in museums a lot. I was photographing Etruscan sculptures a lot, really close up through glass, so you would get refractions. You know, you go through a lot of different phases. But now I'm photographing just with these wooden sculptures that we've been finding in flea markets that are anonymously carved, almost like outsider art, anatomically incorrect sculptures that are just so soulful. And I started photographing them because I just loved them. And it evolved over the years. And now I montage an image because with my camera, its limitations are it's a plastic lens. I'm limited by the size of something. So I will photograph something that's, 6 inches big and have to put it into a different environment, and you have to adjust those to sort of play some sort of game of making it. I mean, it's an unusual world that I'm creating.
To see more, go to carolmunder.com. Mezclado is a band whose sound is described as having drips of Latin, punk, and psychedelia. What we discovered in a recent Broad and High Presents session is that Dan, Joe, Mary, and Wyatt don't take themselves too seriously, but they play some seriously amazing tunes. Let's take a listen.
Cada vez que yo respiro, me vienen a matar, me vienen a matar. Si no quieres mi ayuda, pues ya no me queda más. ¿Quién soy yo para rogarte si no me quieres amar? Amar. Mi imagen me importa, otros días me
To hear more, find them on Facebook at Mezclado Band or on Instagram at Mezclado Music. Well, that's our show. Remember, you can find all of our stories online at WOSU.org, as well as on our YouTube channel. For all of us here at WOSU, I'm Kate Quickle. Thanks for watching.
Wash the windows under the clouds. There's no use dreaming. Yeah, there's no use now. Sorry, somewhere I'm on the ground, turning regret into something wild. I'm sorry, someone, but I'm not proud. My mind is vacant, less unwound.
Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, celebrating expression, fostering talent, and connecting the community to Columbus artists, performances, exhibitions, concerts, public art, and more at columbusmakesart.com.